Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss how to graph a secant function and to graph a cosecant function. Now, the graphs of this remaining trigonometric functions can be obtained from the reciprocal functions of the sine and the cosine functions. Like for instance, in the last video, we were discussing about y equals to tangent x, and based on tangent x, we derived the graph of the cotangent function. We're going to follow almost the same procedure. For tangent, we defined tangent as sine x over cosine x, and for cotangent, it was defined as cosine over sine. And we proceeded to find the vertical asymptotes of the function and the period of the function. So we are going to follow the same procedure for the secant and the cosecant functions. That is, we shall be using the definition of the reciprocal identities. Now, from my previous classes, you know that cosine x is defined as 1 over secant x, or I can say that secant x is going to be 1 over cosine x, and sine x is 1 over cosecant x, or cosecant x is 1 over sine x. So what we have over here is a rational function for cosecant and secant. Now, to graph a secant or a cosecant function, it would be easier for us if we approach the graph using the cosine or the sine graph, because we are already aware of the sine and the cosine graph. For instance, if I have to draw a cosine graph, this will be the general cosine graph. But now I am drawing cosecant graph. From the sine, I have to draw the cosecant graph. So I need to understand that cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So everything is fine, except these points where you see 0. Because what will happen if sine becomes 0? I will have cosecant to be undefined. Or in graphical terms, I can say that it is going to behave like the vertical asymptote at the zeros. So for my cosecant graph, I will have asymptotes in one. These are the asymptotes that I'll have in one cycle. And what I'd simply do is, you make the sketch and just take the reciprocal of the y coordinates. So for instance, if this point was, let's say, half, so the reciprocal of this would become 2. If let's say this point was 1, the reciprocal would stay 1. Again, if there is a point half, it will turn out to be in this way. So what the graph basically does is just it switches its orientation. And right now, the graph that you see, the red color graph, is the graph of the cosecant function. So this is how we draw the cosecant function. The same procedure would be employed for the cosine graph. When I draw the cosine graph, it will look something like this. So I'll take care of the asymptotes first. These are the two asymptotes I will have. And in between these asymptotes, the function will just switch its orientation. Now, the black color graph, which you see, is the graph of the secant function in one period. So armed with this information, let's proceed to graph an example. So let's say here we have an equation. Sketch the graph of y equals secant 2x. So I'm asked to graph secant 2x. I'm not aware how to graph secant 2x. So I'll go to the reciprocal identity, that is cosine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to graph cosine 2x. So to graph cosine 2x, the first thing I need is the amplitude. And the amplitude in this case would be 1. The period, that is t, is 360 divided by 2. And in this case, it would become 180. So I've got the period. Now I need the step. To find the step, I just divide this 180 divided by 4, and I will have the value, it is equals to 45 degrees. So I've got a table of values right now, and I'll just write them down. So this is my x and this is my y. I start from 0, and each time I'm going to increase by 45 degrees. So this is 45, 90, 135, and 180. All right, so when it is 0, it's 1. When it's 45, it's going to be 0. At 90, it's minus 1. 135 is 0. And finally, it is 1. So with this information, I plot my graph. This is the x-axis. This is my y-axis. And here it is the graph. So you will have 45, 90, 135, and 180. Okay, so for the cosine graph, let's say this is your 1, this is minus 1. I'll just plot the first point, that is 0, it is at 1, 45 at 0, 90 is minus 1, this is 0, and here it is 1. So here we go, the shape of the graph. It should be a smooth curve without lifting your pencil. The graph that you see right now is the graph of the cosine function. And I know that cosine is the reciprocal of the secant function. That means whenever cosine is 0, I will have a vertical asymptote. And right now, I can observe that these 2 points, it is 0. So I've got to make a vertical asymptote at these 2 points. Now after I make the vertical asymptote, I'll make the graph for the cosine, for the secant, sorry, in this way. That is, I'll reflect this point will be as it is 1. And what if there is a point here, it will get reflected over here. A point here would be shown in this way. So the graph will be looking in this way. And same way I can say that the graph will look on the right side as well. The part below the x-axis will be reflected in this manner. So the red color graph that you see on the screen, the red branches with the green lines together form the secant 2x graph. This is how you use the cosine function to graph the secant function. Now, you can also notice that the period of cosine 2x and secant 2x both is just 180 degrees. What it means is the graph will repeat its behavior every 180 degrees. So this is how you graph the secant. Let's proceed to graph the cosecant. So here we have an example. We have to graph y equals 2 cosecant x, let's say. So I'll just write the corresponding related sine function, that is 2 sine x. So if I have 2 sine x, I'll first find the amplitude, that is a. Here it is going to be 2. The period denoted by t would be 360 divided by 1 because b is 1 here. So my period is going to be 360. I have the period. I divide the period to find the step. To find the step, I just do 360 divided by 4, and it is equals to 90. So here you have, this is my x value, y values, this is 0. And you have 90, 180, 270, and 360. So when I substitute 0 in this equation, I'll have the answer as 0. For 90, it will be 2. For 180, it will be 0. For this, it will be minus 2 and 0. All right, so we have the necessary information to graph. I'll just make the graph. This is my x-axis again, and this is my y-axis. Okay, perfect. We have made the x and the y-axis. This is 0. So this is 90. Let's say this is 180. Here you have your 270, and you have 360. And let's say this is 2 and minus 2 over here. Okay, so perfect. So let's make the graph. I'll use the blue line. This is at 0, it is at 0. At 90, it is at 2. 180, it is at 0. 270 minus 2. 360, it is at 0. So I connect them with a smooth curve, and this is how it will look like. So this is the graph of y equals sine x. Sorry, it's y equals 2 sine x. Question asked me to graph the function 2 cosecant x. Now, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So what we have is, wherever the graph is 0, or wherever there is an x-intercept, I will have an asymptote. So I'll just make the asymptote first. And it is these 3 points that I have to be concerned about, where I will have asymptotes. And this is the dashed line that you see that makes this asymptote. Now, in one cycle, I have 3 asymptotes over here. Whereas in the previous question, I had only 2 asymptotes in one cycle. Now, this point will stay as it is, the red one. The green one over here, as it's an asymptote, it will be reflected in this way and down part. So the blue graph is 2 sine x, whereas with the red graph that you see is the graph of 2 cosecant x. And this is how you graph the cosecant function. You have to recollect all the information that you learned in the rational functions to draw these graphs easily. I hope you find this video useful and you can use it to solve problems. Thank you, and do take care of yourselves, please.